Buddy Manning here for a Garden Report post-practice edition. Obviously, big news today out of Celtics practice. Marcus Smart suspended for the final Celtics preseason game versus Miami. He did not make the Orlando Magic game. Was scheduled to be out along with a number of veterans. Josh Richardson, Dennis Schroeder, Al Horford, Jaylen Brown out in COVID protocol, as well as Jason Tatum, who sat. So, not surprising to not see him out there, but apparently did not make the team flight to Orlando from Boston. That's according to Adrian Wojnarowski. Shams Charania broke the story shortly before practice wrapped today. So, Celtics addressed it. Ime Udoka. Stern said that the Celtics are holding Smart to a high standard. Of course, 8 years into the league. Missing a flight. Not something you hear about often. It's not a common occurrence. It could be an honest mistake, obviously, and that stuff happens. It's not as staggering of a breach of conduct as it could be, I assume, but still odd, especially from a player of this stature on the Celtics now. Udoka has tried to invite a nature, or an environment rather, of accountability, directness, and honest criticism. So a suspension here, one game, preseason game for Smart. Not stunning. Udoka said Smart was remorseful. What hit me and that I want to get at was this breach of conduct? Did this strike a particular nerve with Udoka? Was this a rule that Smart broke that Udoka laid out to the team directly? He responded to that.
Hey man, I know you don't want to get too deep into it, but is this kind of a rule you set? You guys set collectively as a team?
It's one of my rules, yeah. We talked about it from day one, and like I said, it's been handled internally. He won't play tomorrow and be ready to go opening night.
Now, Smart also addressed reporters at practice today. Got out there to, I assume, talk about the situation, but he didn't really do it. A number of reporters asked Smart about what happened, what went wrong, and Jay King tried to get at how he showed remorse, as Udoka put it. And no response from Smart. Moving on.
Can you explain to us what happened that caused the suspension?
Like I said, that's between us and the team, and we'll handle that in-house. Next question.
But Ime said you were remorseful. Yeah, but Ime said you were remorseful for whatever happened. Whenever that conversation did happen with him, what was that like, and what was your reaction to the suspension?
I've already answered it. Next question.
Now, Robert Williams wrapped practice, and that would be interesting to hear from his perspective on it. Obviously, he had a notable case early in his career where he missed a flight, missed the introductory press conference on the phone call as well. So, asked him what he thought and how Smart showed that remorse and apologized to the team here. And this is what Rob said.
Hey Rob, Ime obviously said, Smart showed some remorse for breaking the team rule there. Did he kind of apologize to you guys as a team? How do you kind of do that?
Yeah, it's just just a situation we handling, internally. Obviously, can't wait for him to be back. Ready to play tomorrow night. We gotta put it together without him. But like I said, it's taken care of. We're just ready to move on.
So there it is. Celtics are moving on. Smart will be available for the home opener, and he, of course, is with the team as they head down to Miami, and will be without Smart, Horford, as well as Brown for this final preseason tune-up, a situation where the Celtics, or most teams in the NBA, usually play it like a real game. Do a bit of a dress rehearsal for opening night, the final preseason game. So you would have figured we would have seen what the starting lineup would ultimately look like, and rotations, and how you would match up with a team like Miami that has both versatile wings, power forwards, as well as great size down the middle in Bam Adebayo. They'll do so with Robert Williams. Jason Tatum will be active for that game. I'd also expect Josh Richardson to step into a role with Brown out, and Dennis Schroeder will get his hand at starting with the Boston Celtics, I would imagine, with Marcus Smart sitting. A big opportunity for Schroeder, who did not have great performances in his first 2 games, shooting poorly in the first preseason game and then getting knocked out with some knee pain in the second game against the Toronto Raptors, and sitting, of course, in the third. As for Al Horford, we'll see who fills that 4 spot. Juancho Hernan-Gomez has gotten a chance. Aaron Nesmith has played well through this preseason stretch, as well as Romeo Langford, who has that strong defensive floor and got a start against Toronto that was very successful for him. Best I've seen him play in his career, probably, that Saturday preseason win over Toronto. So Celtics, Heat, they play tomorrow in Miami to wrap up the preseason. We are 6 days from the regular season as the Celtics try to sort out COVID as well as a breach of conduct under their new first-year head coach, Ime Udoka, who addressed it very publicly, and of course it got out to Shams and Woj in the lead-up to this practice. So definitely a message being sent to the team there to some degree, as well as to the public, verbally through these video press conferences that we continue to take in here. So I'm Bobby Manning for CLNS Media.